The war on crypto continues, and in this video we'll be talking about something crazy going on with the IRS that is putting a huge spotlight back on the big issue from 2023, which was Operation Choke Point 2.2.0. We have a lot to talk about in this video, so let's get started. My name is Nick, and I'll be talking about this DeFi right away. The DeFi tokens are linked to over $147 billion by DeFi, making them one of the biggest pieces in this area. Over the course of 24 hours, I traded over $10 billion worth of goods. Some of those are the biggest projects in the space, and that doesn't even include all of the DeFi projects, even if we think about them all. Ethereum is one of the most important DeFi projects. It's not even listed on this page. If we switch to DeFi Llama as an example, there are over $120 billion in total value locked up, $205 billion worth of strong coins in the DeFi area, $5 billion worth of trading volume in the last 24 hours, and over $106 billion in. The largest DeFi chains have over 1,264 DeFi protocols connected to them, worth a total of $140 billion in TVL. This shows how big the DeFi market is. It's the biggest piece of this whole space, and everyone loves DeFi. Why? Well, decentralized finance lets us be our own bank, make passive income, and basically be financially free, so I think it's leading us in that direction. The problem right now is that a big part of this market is being attacked, and DeFi is right on the cutting block. It's not always a happy ending for this story. This isn't just clickbait, it's a real problem. If we look at Uniswap and SushiSwap, they are two of the biggest X jobs in the space of decentralized exchanges. We know exactly what pancake swappers are. There are a lot of great DEX tokens out there. We should even talk about Solana, Juniper, and Radium, but Uniswap and SushiSwap have been around for a long time. Uniswap was one of the biggest projects back in 2020 and 2021. There was an airdrop around campus that gave away something like $25,000 worth of free airdrop tokens, which is crazy. But if we look at this aspect, Uniswap is still very big today, though maybe not as big as it was back then. Even though there was a lot of buzz about it in 2021, it's still one of the most important projects in the space. SushiSwap has kind of died down, but that's because it's been attacked for years, which we can handle. But enough about that. Let's go back to 2023 and talk about what I said about SushiSwap and its CEO, Jared Gray. This past week, the SEC served a subpoena on DEX as part of a regulatory crackdown on crypto that has left the CEO of DEX uninspired. Now let's go back to March 2020 and 2023. What was going on? Well, banks were failing, but it wasn't just traditional banks. No, it was experienced crypto banks that were basically forced to shut down. They had no choice but to shut down. This is when we start to look at the debanking of crypto happening in the US as well. But why was decentralized finance DeFi being targeted? Well, we know that DeFi is still being targeted here. We've been back in April. The CR Uniswap Labs bought a Wells Observe from the SEC. This message comes from Hayden Adams, who is the CEO of Uniswap right now. I'm not shocked. I'm just annoyed, unhappy, and ready to fight. I'm sure that the goods we sold were prisons and that our work is in the right place in history. But it's been clear for a while that the SEC doesn't want to work on creating clean, informed rules. Instead, they're set on going after long-term good actors like Uniswap and Coinbase while letting bad actors like FTX go free. When I first started building Uniswap, I wasn't trying to change the way finance worked. I just wanted to test out radically decentralized, fully automated on-chain markets. I didn't know if it would work or if everyone would use it. Today, the Uniswap protocol has handled over $2 trillion in transactions. People have forked our code or built on top of it, and we've created brand new, open, safe, and accessible financial infrastructure that powers an entire industry. The team at Uniswap did all of this in the US from our office in New York City. People often ask me why we stay in the US, and my answer is simple. I believe that blockchain is pretty powerful, and the internet is here to stay, so someone. It's time to figure it out, and we can be that person. As you build technology that makes people's lives better, you don't want to hide the fact that the SEC's job is to protect traders, keep markets fair and efficient, and help new businesses start up. This is a great task. I would say that Uniswap does this job a lot better these days than the SEC. Yes, I'm annoyed that the SEC seems to be more interested in protecting OPEC systems. Protecting customers means going up against a US government company to protect their business and ours. This battle could last for years and even go all the way to the Supreme Court. The future of economic growth in our business is at stake if we don't stand together. I believe freedom is worth fighting for, DeFi is worth fighting for, and of course we can't stop delivery. Stay tuned, this happened again in April of this year. Okay, so we're still seeing DeFi being attacked. I wrote an article about it in April, and there was one before this one as well. In it, I said, there's no doubt why we're seeing DeFi being attacked, but I said right here, let or not, it's acknowledged that the SEC is focused on software off custody and defies an entire. It started with the Wells No Sushi change, then Uniswap, and now MetaMask is also being focused on. Keep in mind that the SEC also said Coinbase Wallet is an unregistered dealer. This is a big deal because you were probably wondering, Nick, how does the SEC see in what they were doing return in 2024 and 2023? What do they need to do with the IRS? We'll get to that in a moment. The big deal here is the broken type of a standard they've been pushing. I know what you're saying about Ethernet being focused, but my main focus is on DeFi and self-custody. Think about how much more trouble they could cause if they focused on cold storage firms that are still in the plan. This should open your eyes to how much damage the SEC is trying to do to this industry. We know for sure that Operation Choke Factor 2.0 goes beyond the FDIC as an example. This was found back at the beginning of December, and we have breaking FDIC letters that show us banks have been told to stop crypto activities. We respectfully ask that you stop any crypto-related hobby Operation Choke Point 2.2.0 that is being revealed in real time. It's still getting a lot of attention, but nothing is happening and things aren't getting better. Crypto is still being attacked. This is from Paul Groh from Coinbase. Related to our Freedom of Information Act FOIA request about the stop letters it sent to financial institutions as part of Operation Choke Point 2.2.0 in short, the contents are a shameful example of a government agency trying to block legal American businesses' access to the economy. So far, we found more than 20 examples of the FDIC telling banks to pause, stop offering, or not continue offering crypto banking services. The public deserves transparency, not the FDIC hiding what it's doing behind closed doors. The curtain of bureaucracy, while we don't have the full letters yet, what we've seen today says a lot. Check it out for yourself. In the meantime, we'll keep trying to get transparency from our regulators through FOIA requests and any other means necessary. Now, if we fast forward to November, you'll see that we're on the verge of giving up on the November wave. Not long ago, CTO David Schwartz joined the list of tech founders who say speak out now against Operation Choke Point 2.2.0 and say the government is cooking on a dark. All of the rules and regulations that have been in place for a long time have been building up to this. For example, over here from Stuart RRT, we have Operation Choke Point 2.2.2.0, the origin story. This is the killer Ripple in 2012. The FDIC, OCC, and the Fed used banks as weapons against unfavored businesses like payday lenders and others. This was called Operation Choke Point 2.2.0.